So, all right, GladrapChannel, you're with Chris Martin at Shane Cameron's gym. How's it going?
Good.
Yeah.
Just finished a workout, so I'm good.
Okay, so obviously, just want to get your thoughts on Alexander the Great Flores. I think you just first time you're looking at him today?
No, I met him the other day when he was here and had a chat to him.
Okay.
I've seen a couple of his fights. He comes with a pretty clean record, 17-1-1. His only loss was to Charles Martin, and he took that at late notice. And Charles is very awkward as a southpaw, so looks about 6'4", so he's the right height on that. I guess we'll find out on December the 15th.
How important is this fight for Joseph? I mean, this is sort of make or break, right?
Yeah, well, see, Duke are in a tough spot too, because they promote him and manage Joe, and it takes a lot of money, to be able to outlay and get those other opponents, those next level up opponents. It costs money. I'm not taking no disrespect to Alex here, but he sounds like he's game and he's here to go, and wants to give Joe a workout. But Joe's the pressure's going to be on Joe to dispatch this guy pretty quick. If the guy takes in some rounds, and there is a bit of pressure on Joe. Pressure's not on Alex, the pressure's on Joseph, how he wants to approach the fight. But it's ticking the box, and it's getting them rolling again. One thing you should never do, though, never underestimate opponents. Worst thing you do, because when that bell goes, you've got to, and the team around the fighter too, you need to tell the fighter that when that bell goes, this man is the most dangerous person on the planet for this next 3 minutes, and it is round by round. Never go thinking it's a done deal, because that can affect the way you train, it can affect the way you prepare, and even the way you approach the fight. So Joe's got to come in here thinking that this guy's dangerous.
Because I could imagine Joseph taking this guy a little bit lightly, because he doesn't, doesn't have the abs.
Doesn't look imposing.
He kind of started a little bit at the when he asked the question. So
he's quite spoken kind of guy, kind of quiet. So, but who knows? I mean, I've seen him fight some fights of his, and he does have some skill. The punches. Joe's going to be the heavy favourite. Of course, that's just how it's going to be. But I guess it depends on which Alex turns up and which Joseph turns up.
Would you, I'm just saying, would you have wanted to see this fight, or do you think you should have jumped straight in there with maybe a Derek Chisora or a Dave Allen?
I would have liked to see possibly some of those guys, or a Miller.
Yeah, exactly.
But those guys cost a bit. That's more expensive.
But I guess my question is, do you think he needed a tune-up?
Well, to rebuild sometimes you've got to take a little step sideways. I think when you've been at the level he's at, a sideways step is good to rebuild. But the fact that he's going to have exactly the same personnel around him doing exactly the same thing. I don't know. What's going to change?
Have you heard about him reaching out to Lennox Lewis?
Yeah, I know. But what's that? That's going to be a phone call, or come on, Lennox. At least look, I know. I've been around a while. Unless Lennox is going to go into camp and be with their Joe this day, that day, talking him through and going over the same thing. You've got to drilling. You've got to do it till it becomes like second nature and reactionary. Lennox could give him a phone call or pop in and say hi and point this and that out and then get on his way. But that's not training a fighter. It's got to be day in and day out in the camp, in the sparring, in the drilling, and everything you're doing.
You want to see something a little more specific and a little more concrete.
Well, Lennox pointed out some things that many of us have seen. Look, we're looking at it from a technical perspective. That's why we're critiquing it. That we've been around a while. It's not a personal thing on Joseph or anything like that. It's just we're seeing what we're seeing.
Exactly.
Like we watched the All Blacks lost to South Africa the other day. We all had our opinions on where it went wrong and what they did. No one dislikes the All Blacks or any individual player. It's just a critique on the performance, and that's the business we're in and the business they're in. And the last 6 fights, Joseph we've seen the same patterns, the same struggles that he's had. He's made the same mistakes, if you want to even call it that. He's made the same mistakes in the last few fights. He's got his attributes are his speed and his chin, but even against Dylan White, we found out that he can be dropped. He's human, like everybody else. There's just some things there with his defensive patterns that and so forth, and then even his offensive patterns. He doesn't change things up a lot. It gets very predictable, and then things start to become telegraphed, and the guys at top level can know what's coming. Dylan White knew what was coming. And Dylan shot his load. He gassed round 11. He was done. You could almost pushed him over in 12, but Dylan survived and clearly won the fight. I still had Dylan about 4 rounds ahead at least. It was just a clear win.
Because the media is not really saying what you're saying. They're saying he needs to change his good boy personality.
I don't think that's naturally the case. I mean, like we've seen a lot of fighters that we've seen over the years, they can be very, not everyone has to be a Conor McGregor type guy at the press conference. Yeah. Joseph's a good boy, comes from a good family and a good people, and he can still be respectful. But in the ring, he's got a that's a whole other thing. Sometimes you've got to
needs a little more venom, you think?
Look, yeah. Sometimes there's always a ring persona. You've got to become that person in there that you need to become to take care of the business that's in head of you. You're in heavyweight boxing. Okay. It takes one punch to turn it around. But yeah, there's just a lack of those fundamentals still there. That the school-based things that he's got all the ingredients. Mm-hmm. But they're not making any changes and made that obvious. So it's business as usual. So I guess for the rest of us, why would we expect to see anything different?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to be brutally honest, you can't keep doing the same things. You're going to keep getting the same result.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But Joe's got all the potential in the world, as we know. He's got all the elements and ingredients needed to, and he's proven he can be competitive at that elite level. Just didn't have that extra things in his arsenal that could got him those wins.
Just on a different note, different subject. What do you think about the Lucas Brown fight with the junior party?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think Lucas is trying to tick a few boxes and get some wins. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him here next year fighting our man Joseph, or at least putting a challenge in.
I think that's where they're heading. That's sort of the direction.
I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that happening next year here.
Would you like to see that?
Why not? Okay. Why not? If Lucas really wants him, turns up. I mean, he went 5-6 rounds with White.
Yeah.
Before he got tipped over.
Yeah, I think it was a little earlier. I think maybe 4.
Was it 4? Was it?
Yeah, I think it was 4. Yeah.
Well, and I don't know what sort of shape Lucas was in, but Lucas has proved he's competed at the top level. So that might make a bit of sense, just kicking off the year for Joseph to tick that box. I think Joseph's got too much firepower for Lucas.
Yeah.
But it's another sturdy opponent. I mean, you take a couple of sideways steps, tick the box back. Don't underestimate anybody though. You just don't know how these guys are going to turn up. I don't know which Alex Flores is going to turn up. Yeah. Joe's expected to cut through him pretty quick and take care of business, but we just never know.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's an interesting fight. I mean, just see, you can just pitch it out in the ring now, can't you? Junior Putty and Lucas.
Yeah.
It's a real David and Goliath.
Because Lucas wasn't too far off from Julius. Like the height-wise, they were not too far off.
I think he's around 6'7".
Yeah.
I think he's a big man.
Yeah. So they were pretty. Yeah, so it's gonna.
Junior's going to.
Massive height.
I guess there's going to be a lot of body attack going on in that fight.
Yeah.
To try and bring those hands down and then he can catch him over the top.
Yeah.
But Judy can punch.
He does, and he's a veteran in the game.
He's quite strong.
Right?
He's been around, so that
he survived against Far.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah. Cool. All right, Chris. Once again, it's great hearing your thoughts, and hopefully, people listen to what you have to say, and we see some changes happen. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, we have to.
Yeah.
Going forward, there has to be made changes, but if it's not personnel, then I don't know. I don't know what else they can do. There's got to be an injection there somewhere, some input. It's obvious, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough when you've had a camp for so long and a team for so long and having to make those changes. There's emotional pulls and reasons, but that's business and millions of dollars at stake. At that level, Joe's out. He's losing millions of dollars, and possibly those 2 losses will cost him millions of dollars. So business case to, the business mind has to kick in.
Yeah.
And realise what we've got to do here to turn this thing around, get this business and the revenue back on track. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you can do it, and we'll see some next year in this fight. Get through this fight in fine style. Next year we'll see Joseph on the way back.
Quick prediction? What do you see? Early?
December 15th.
Yeah, but quick prediction?
I would say Joe, by the looks of it, would. Once again, I've seen the guy does have some skill.
Yeah.
And if his team have a fight plan, it might go more rounds than what. But I would say the first 3.
Yeah, because Charles took around 8 rounds, I think. 8, 9 rounds.
4.
Was it 4?
Charles stopped in 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, so
I'd say within the first 3 or 4. But fight plan or strategy at that level can change the game.
Okay.
I mean, if they've seen some things and realised they're going to get their man to do this and that can make life a bit difficult.
Exactly.
You just never know.
As you said, never
underestimate anyone. No, that's right.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. All the best.